Hey Mixers, welcome into our Super Bowl video. You get to see my scary hair today because my hat was irritating me and my ginormous forehead. I am trying to grow my hair out, probably just a little bit longer. Hopefully it looks okay, but it is getting a little bit too long to put up in hats. And so yeah, I might have to get some new hats. Let's jump into the picks from conference weekend, and then we'll get into our picks for the Super Bowl. We're also doing player props today. All right, so reviewing the picks, we went 1-1 on the money lines, spreads, and totals. So this is kind of obviously there's one more game, the Super Bowl, but here's kind of where we ended for the year. So this is my first year picking money line spreads and totals. Now I did not bet on all of these. These are just my leans on every single game. I didn't track the ones I actually bet on, but next year I will do that because I wasn't planning to make so many game bets because I live in a state where you can't. But then I started betting them on Novig. So, anyways, it just we went 58% on the money lines, which that really should be closer to 60, just because if you picked all the favorites, you'd probably hit about 58 to 60%. So, nothing too great there. And then obviously 45%, 47%, not great on the spreads and totals. So those should be over 50%, like 51 to 54%, to just be winning consistently. Obviously, like I said, I don't know what we did on the ones I actually bet on because I didn't really track it. I actually do have some data on it, but not detailed enough data to share right now. All right, game bets. We only had one, and that was the Seahawks to lose and the Rams to win. I told you I was going to live bet that if the Seahawks were ever plus money, but I did not see them at plus money at any point during the game. So I could not hedge out of that, which is what I told you I like to do in games where I could see either team winning. Touchdowns, I didn't give you any. And then our player props went 1-1. So Sam Darnold demolished his passing yards line. And then Ramondre Stevenson did not quite get there with his quarter one rushing yards. Remember, they had been giving it to us at like 7.5, and then it went up to 9.5. And then for this game, this past game, they put it at 12.5, but I did see it drop to 11.5. So I took it, but unfortunately, he just missed by 1 yard. He had 4 carries, and then on the very last drive for the Patriots in the first quarter, they put Trevion Henderson in for 1 carry. So if Ramondre had just gotten that 1 carry, then we would have cleared this line. Now, I did play an alt line over 9.5 as well, and that did clear for me. The bonus bets, Cooper Kupp over 30.5 receiving yards. He had 36. That one was looking close for a minute. And that one was a bonus bet because it was his normal line, but you could get it for a big plus money on Sleeper because they were running a promo on it. And then Drake May did not throw an interception. Now, in this game, I do expect the Seahawks to win. I think they're the overall better team. They did get the first round bye, whereas the Patriots did not. And so they've got to be tired. Obviously, just playing all those extra games does wear on you, and especially playing all those extra games against good teams that made the playoffs. I mean, technically, the Chargers game, like that almost wasn't even a game. But also for Seattle, same thing with the 49ers. Plus, they got extra weeks off. So I do expect the Seattle Seahawks to win the game. And they're used to playing in Levi Stadium, in the 49ers Stadium. So I definitely give the big edge to them. I'm going to take them on the spread as well, -4.5. I see like a 27-21 score where like the Seahawks are up, Patriots are trying to catch up, and they just don't have enough time on the clock to get it done. I am going to lean to the over 45.5. Now, the Seahawks are 4-1 in the last 5 head-to-heads going back to 2012, but the Patriots did win the one Super Bowl matchup during that time, which was in 2015, and Tom Brady was playing in that game. The lowest score of all 5 of those head-to-heads was 43, and most of them were in the 50s. So I do expect this to be a little bit more high-scoring. Defenses are going to be a little bit tired. I also found the total for a plus 100 on Novig. Otherwise, I just wouldn't bet it. So I just put a half unit right there just so I could have something on the game. All right, the player props, we're not reinventing the wheel here, guys. We're going straight back to 2 plays we already took. So Sam Darnold over 227.5 passing yards. He's over in 2 of his 3 losses this year. Which I didn't put a chart on here for that because we already covered this. But the miss was the first week of the season against San Francisco at home in a loss. And then he has a bad hit rate at home, but all of these X's were blowouts. And then he legitimately lost to San Francisco in week 1, and then the Houston Texans, which have an elite defense. And then in his away games, he's hit all but his most recent 2, not counting the Rams game. So the Rams game is not on here, I pulled this chart before the stats were updated for that. He's over in 78% of away games. And then both of the misses were double-digit wins. So it's not like he needed to do anything. I do expect this game to be a little bit closer. And then, guys, we're going back to our Drake May interception prop. We bet this last week, and he did not throw one, but he has thrown one in 53% of his games this season, despite having an easy schedule. All of his interceptions came against top half of the league intercepting teams, except for week 1 versus the Raiders. And now he's playing the 5th highest intercepting team. I crossed it out here on the last chart, but they're right in between the Chargers and the Falcons. So they are the 5th best intercepting team this year, Seattle is. And every single time that the Patriots have gone up against the top half of the league intercepting team, Drake May has thrown an interception, except once against the Carolina Panthers. So this is even money. Now, last time we took it, it was a little bit of plus money, and I loved that. Now we're getting it at even money. I'm still willing to take it. I think the chances are better than a coin flip that he does throw an interception. All right, so here is the best bet summary. We've got the 2 player props that we've already bet on before last week. And then we have the total that I only bet for plus 100. I wouldn't take that for minus 110. And then my leans for the game is Seattle on the money line, and then the over on the total. So let me know what you guys think of this game. Let me know if there's anything special you're seeing that I'm not seeing. I think it's been a great game. It's going to be a great game. I want to sit back and enjoy it. I'm really proud of Drake May. I drafted him and I had him in all 3 of my fantasy football leagues this year, and I rode him to the championship in one of those leagues, and almost made it in another one. And then the other one, guys, I reached on RJ Harvey in that draft in my 14-team league, and that was a big mistake. So that league, I think I ended up it was a 14-team league. I ended up no. It was like 10th or 9th or 10th, something like that. I know I was in the consolation bracket. I was pretty far down. I know I don't have a good pick for next year. All right, thanks, guys.